Cheers. That's a lot of ginger. So, in today's Jeroen's Daily Live Report, yeah, you guessed it. It's about life throwing you a curveball. And I mean, we can be spiritual as you know the word. That doesn't mean that life does not how to, yeah, let me so it's a topic I find hard to talk about because I have like a million examples. I was gonna say surprise when life surprises you, but it's not really like surprising you. It's more like in the face, like whoa. So, just to give you a heads up, like, so I've been homeless. I've been in a depression for nearly 10 years, a long time ago. I've had several breakups. I have had near-death experiences, and I believe I actually died a few times in this life. And yeah, and then some more, and then some. So the thing is, you cannot really prepare for these kind of things. You cannot really, I mean, since, let me start by the, it's called preface, I don't know. Preface, yeah. I think it was in the 90s, 1996, 7, 8, this era, this time period, where I was giving a video. There was no internet yet. I was giving a videotape, video cassette, like VHS, with a I don't know how the hell the person got it, and it was of one of Eckhart Tolle's first speeches in Findhorn in the north of UK, I think. And he taught me to be present. And this was not a new concept to me, because I always had the feeling like time, like future doesn't really exist, and so does the past. You live every moment in the now. And then this guy shows up and he explains exactly that. Like, you only experience now. You have never been in the future. And let me try to remember how I phrase it. Yeah, I used to say the future will never happen and the past has never happened. Something like this. In Dutch it sounds better. But yeah, of course, we think we can plan ahead. So I don't like my job, so what if I change my job? Or what if I and my job. Yeah, then I need money, so I need to do this and that. This is how we were taught to think. It was shown to us, it's all around us. Everybody lives like this, preparing for the future. Yeah. What are you going to be later when you grow up? What? And this is just fear, right? Basically, this is just fear of outcome, unexpected outcome. So what we humans tend to do, not everybody of course, but in general, what we humans tend to do is to think ahead, think we can control the future somehow, and then prepare for it, which is a lot of work. And it sucks when it doesn't work out, right? And in general, we think it actually works like this. So you go to school, you get good grades, you get a diploma, and this means you will get a good job. Well, reality check, no, it doesn't. I mean, I got a degree in biochemistry. I've never worked a single day in my life in biochemistry. Never. The closest thing was like pest control. Yeah, it was forced upon me by the government because I was living on welfare, and the government said, well, we expect you to do something in return. We pay for all your bills, so you go to work for Motratex. It's abbreviation of moth, because there's a lot of moths. Red, X, like exterminate. And what I had to do, yeah, it was basically just, the extermination of all kinds of critters. I hated it. He did give me a car from the company, which was nice, because back then I was like living like a bum. That whole car smelled like poison. At some point, driving around in the car with all the stuff in the back, in the trunk, I even felt like the cancer frequency. Is how I look at it right now. The cancer frequency slowly creeping into my energetic field. This is how I see diseases like virus and the whole COVID thing. It's a frequency, and because we're made of energy, I'm going off track, but okay. Because we're made of energy, you can stand near someone. I felt it clearly when everybody got the jab. I was in Scheveningen. It's in The Hague. It's at the beach. And there were so many, it's 2020, so many people, so many vaxxed peoples. And I can just feel, sense this energy, this really. I wanted to stay clear of these people as much as possible. And I'm sorry if you took the jab willingly or peer pressure, out of fear, most likely. So back to topic. It's all related, to be honest. So, for example, I got homeless. I've been living with my parents, and then later when I moved out, I was living in the area of my parents, in the same place, pretty much all my life. Well, until what year was it? 2016. Yeah, I think. So 46 years. Holy crap. I bought a car, and the idea was to travel all across the west border of Europe, like starting in The Hague, Scheveningen, and then Belgium, France, especially Brittany, because as a child we often went on a holiday there. Good memories. Still haven't been there. My brother did, and he said like this place was like okay, sorry. You see why I find it hard to stay on track with this, because there's so much involved with this topic. So the idea was to drive with my car all the way to Portugal and visit communities, because I was so into communal living at that moment. And then life said, no. Now that you have your car, we're gonna fix you up with a ticket to a Bentinho Massaro retreat in Barlo, Netherlands. 6 days, 6-day immersion into the world of self-realization and self-actualization. Okay, it's not really a curveball, right? It was like, okay, so I'm gonna travel Europe later. And then things started to accelerate. I will accelerate a little as well. So after the retreat, and even before the retreat, I met this group in Amsterdam, because Bentinho originally is from Amsterdam. He moved out to America a long time before. He lived there for many years, then came back, and now I think he's still in the Netherlands. He's a very young spiritual teacher with a very unique approach. So every week we had these meetings in Amsterdam, and things started to accelerate. So what was weekly became bi-weekly, two times a week, because there was also another fan of Bentinho who organized meetings as well. So on a Sunday we were meeting him, and on a Monday with the general group. That was fun. Yeah, meeting with these kind of people, like so many were so aware. Nowadays everybody's talking about being awakened, but it was not about being awakened at all. It was by being aware. Like, are you aware you are not the body? Are you aware that you're not the person? Are you aware that you're not even the soul? Are you aware that you are the awareness behind all of it? You are the consciousness, the pure consciousness that's just shows up as in this form with this avatar. But you're none of that. You just appear as. But of course, yeah, it's difficult for so many people, because they say, yeah, but I can feel my body. Yeah, of course you can. You have the sensation of feeling your body. And yeah, I have to admit, after the retreat, there were some people like losing their mind, literally. It became like psychotic. And then there was, before the retreat, there was like a little disclaimer on your ticket. They are not responsible. Of course they're not. Yeah, it totally lacked aftercare. So that's one of the things I didn't like about this community and this whole thing. But yeah, that's just the way life goes. So after meeting each other for a couple of months, the idea arose of like living together. So not make it weekly, but daily. And yeah, being manifestors as we were as this group, we realized this. So we found an empty, abandoned monastery in Bussum. It's near Amsterdam, where we started to live. We could live there for approximately 18 months. Because the idea was to make that into apartments. But yeah, because of rules and regulations, and so we lived there. I decided, and this is the curveball, so I decided to keep my place close to my parents, and just as a backup. And then I was in Bussum near Amsterdam. I took most of my things I needed, like clothes, books, crystals, guitar. And then slowly, I mean, it looked like it was gonna become permanent. And slowly I brought some new stuff, and then life threw me a curveball and said, you've been living on welfare, mister, but someone, and this is still, I was living in a community for 11 years where everybody has his own apartment, but you share a lot of things like the garden and the terrace and some shared places, like a bar thing, a meeting area. I was living there for 11 years, but because I was in Bussum all the time, so somebody needed, like a friend was coming over from Spain, and she needed a place to stay, so I said, you can stay at my place. And then word got around in this community, he is subletting his apartment, and this cannot happen. So someone anonymously called the government, and they said, he is working, not paying taxes, and he's earning money while on welfare and blah blah blah. And then so the government sent me a letter. Yes, please come and have a conversation with us. We are doing an investigation. So that's the curveball thing. Everything was going so well for me. I finally found a way to step out of this life I've been used to. It felt like a prison. I felt like I really want to get out of this situation, but how living off welfare, it's not like you have a lot of money. It's barely enough to survive, to be honest. It did pay the bills, but even having a car was like difficult. And when then if I had like difficulties getting around, they said, well, you can sell your car because you don't really need a car when you're on welfare. Yeah, right. All right, so during this investigation, they came up with so much evidence, like you are on Facebook this, because I was trying to set up my own business to get out of welfare. But yeah. Anyways, they basically said, they made a deal. Okay, we're gonna close this chapter because we believe you. You cannot prove that you have not been earning money, but we cannot actually really prove, and we don't want to. That's what I said. We don't want to because we feel like you're not a bad guy, but you have to let go of your welfare voluntarily. So I felt it's a good deal. So okay, I agreed, which meant no money. So I had to let go of my old apartment. For me, it felt good. Like, okay, let go. It meant I needed to take all my stuff to Bussum, this new community and this abandoned monastery. And basically let go of my old life. And I was totally into it. I was like, okay, so now I'm in this place, I'm in this community, everybody's talking about abundance, everybody is like manifesting things. So I will join this spiritual bypass illusion. So I started coaching and doing little things, and I did make some money, and I even, usually I worked for free, because I was already being paid, and I didn't want to get into trouble with the welfare thing and such. So I was either working on donation base or just for free, because I felt like my gift is freely given. And then another curveball. I didn't see this coming at all. The leader of the group, self-proclaimed leader, because no one told her or chose her to be the leader, but yeah, she said, yeah, I manifested it. She was this mother type, smothering Bentinho, and Bentinho wanted nothing of it, of course. It's a long story. So she decided with a small group, we were staying there with around 26 people. She decided with a small group, in conversation with the owner of the building, only 9 can stay. So we had a gathering. This was the same weekend. The same weekend I decided, let go of welfare, let go of your old place, move all your stuff. So I moved all my stuff that weekend to monastery, and on Monday there was this meeting. Only 9 of you can stay. If your name is not on the list, please leave. They didn't say this explicitly, and this was like I don't like these politicians. You know. Yeah. So, out of the blue, I was homeless, living in my car. All my stuff. I already got rid of so much stuff when I had to go, and I felt like, okay, so I have to leave my old life behind, so I'm gonna also leave all the stuff I don't really need behind. I still took along too many things, but yeah, I had like 11 guitars, amplifiers. You know, I've been in a band for nearly 6 years, almost professional. So my parents said, yeah, you can leave it in your old room. A friend says, you can leave stuff here. You can even sleep here if necessary. But I was basically living in my car. And I did enjoy being free, being rid of all these material things I really don't need it. But yeah, I mean, my instruments, they were part of me. So I knew a guy close to Amsterdam. He was also a musician. He was also living in a abandoned church on his own, had a lot of space. I asked him, can I leave my instruments with you? Yeah, of course, no problem. And then later, when I wanted to retrieve them, he wanted money because, yeah, it had already been there for like half a year. So I had to buy my own things back while I was broke. So yeah, this was not just a curveball, right? This was a really tough learning curve. It was not a single curveball. It was like the whole team. Like, major challenges, major challenges. But I could sense, and this might be the essence of the video, I could sense that this was meant to be. And I already spoke of this in the previous video about living from the heart. I could sense, and I'm pointing here, but actually it's not like I feel it here. It's more like a knowing. I have this knowing. Some call it clear cognizance, clear knowing. But I had this deep inner knowing this was all meant to be. Because back home, in my old place, I kept sending out this thought, this wish. Like, if I'm not religious, so it's not like I pray to God. One could say I asked the universe or my guides for help. Like, listen, living here in this community for 11 years, it doesn't feel right, even though I have all the opportunities to set up my business, but it was not working. I felt like everything is against me again and again. If I tried to set up a group, there started with like 10 people showing up, and then slowly became like 2 or 3. So there was something not right. I felt like so when I was told, listen, you have to go, you have to let go of your old apartment, you have to let go of your welfare, your income, your steady income, you have to let go of so many things, all your stuff. I felt liberated. I remember sleeping in my car somewhere in the forest, because in the Netherlands you're not allowed to sleep in your car for some reason. So I always found a place to hide somewhere. So I was in the middle of the woods, lying in my car. I had this I still have it, this Ford Focus station wagon, and if you put the back seats flat, there's a mattress. There's space for a mattress. I could lie. It was like my little mobile home. I called it my mobile bedroom because it's basically just a mattress and not a lot of space. I was lying there, looking at the sky, looking at the stars, the clouds, the forest, and I felt this this very deep, I wouldn't call it happiness, nor would I call it a longing. It's like, yeah, this deep longing that that got answered, that finally became real, true. But yeah, I was in a, you could say, a really shitty situation. No money, little money, very little money. In my car, had to let go of all my stuff. Lost connection with the whole community. Nothing, nowhere to go. I asked my ex-girlfriend, "Can I stay with you?" "No, you cannot. My daughter needs her space. She doesn't like. She didn't like you living next door, so especially not gonna like you living in her place." I lost friends. And this happened a couple of times over. The point I'm trying to make is this inner knowing. It has always steered me in the right direction, even though it felt like really shitty, really heavy. There was this inner knowing. I knew this was supposed to be. I just knew it. I could. There was no evidence. I was in a really bad situation, but still, I felt like, yeah, I am in the right place at the right time, doing this. And now, 10 years later, I can sincerely say, I am where I need to be. Here in Bali. So, long-winded story, but I think you get the point. It's a difference between trust and faith. Keep the faith. And what is faith based on? This is not just beliefs or, yeah, I'm convinced. No, it's deeper than that. It's very intuitive. It's very raw. It's very pure. And it sometimes means you have to let go of things, people, situations, even letting go of your best freaking friend. Yeah. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for being there. Thank you for being you, so I can be me. See you tomorrow.